Hey, what's up guys, it's Old. I'm going to give you a brief update on the newest release of uMod 0.8. So the first thing you'll probably notice is that we added a new section to the scoreboard called uMod. It'll show you who's got the uMod up and who doesn't. You'll also see that when you enter a server, you no longer send a message to... you won't see yourself send a message, and you won't see others sending like the "Hello everyone, I'm using uMod." Non-uMod users will see that message, but you won't. They'll also see a text of gibberish after that, which is the uMod actually sending a code to other uMod users, asking who's using the uMod, and that's what's going to dictate in the scoreboard whether players have a Y or an N next to their name. But if you have the uMod up, you won't see anything. So I'm a pred now because I want to show some changes that we did. The first change, which is pretty major, is normally you've got an auto-targeting system for the shoulder cannon. What we did is we've made that toggleable between auto and manual. So I switched to manual, and now nothing gets highlighted. And that works for any species in any vision mode, so you won't get any auto aims. You can manually aim, because as we all know, the auto aim tends to fuck up a lot. But now you can free aim with this. We didn't change anything else with the shoulder cannon, so damage and area of effect is exactly the same. So we'll need some testing for seeing how effective this is. The other thing that we changed with the pred is the pistol. So in order to make this kind of a weapon that can be used, we increased the energy cost. You'll also see I'm firing a lot slower. That's because we added a huge delay to it, and you'll also see that it costs a lot more energy. So we actually doubled the energy cost, and added a significant delay to the pistol. So hopefully now, you'll see the pistol being kind of a useful weapon. I mean, it was really useful before, but I mean, now it's at least more viable. But we also made significant changes in the 0.7 release, and that has to do with item tripping. So let's go take a look at what we did. Okay, so you'll notice that all species can now jump over items. You no longer get hung up over them. So they should not pose any problem to you. Normally when you jump over an item, like a health kit or a weapon, you'll just get stuck. And that's easiest to see with the alien. But now you can just freely jump over items and not have to worry about getting stuck. So let's take a look at the alien, which is significantly changed. So obviously, regular jumping is fine. Crouch jumping is fine. But here's the caveat with crouch jumping. You get the changed physics if you look above the center or at the center of the screen. If you look down, it will revert to the old way, and that's because of a necessary change that happens with changing the crouch jump, which is that this now allows you to sort of glide off surfaces. Let me show you what I mean. So normally what happens is you do something like that, right? You immediately crawl up, or you get stuck like that. What uberfox has done is he has made that old feature, like the old physics, the old way of doing it, it applies only if you're looking below the center of the screen. So if you do this, you'll get hung up like that, which is the way it normally happens. If you look at the center or above center, you will glide off. And this can change things quite dramatically. Also, if you transition between a surface you'll have the old way usually. Right before moving, like that. See how I was stuck on the tail. But if I'm like this, and I'm not transitioning on a surface, then I'll just go straight forward. So this allows for some interesting new features, like what I just showed you, and it also has some side effects like making your jump farther and giving you added speed with some of the advanced tricks. So let me show you in Subway what sort of has been changed. So not really all too much has been changed. The only real thing you might notice is that you have a little bit more added momentum, and you can do the speed tricks a little bit more quickly now, and obviously you can jump over items. You might see yourself gliding, sort of flying a little bit more quickly and having more inertia than before. That's just a part of the sort of new aspect that is a necessary part of changing it, is a sort of changing the crouch jump so you can jump over items. If we don't have this, there's just no way to be able to crouch jump over items without having this. So what uberfox has done is he's sort of given us the sort of best of two worlds, which is where you have the new way of jumping over items if you're looking in the center, and the old way of getting stuck. But obviously, to have the sort of old way like that, you have to look down. So you can have the old way as long as you're looking down. You don't have to look straight down. It's just below center. So yeah, you'll see that you glide a little bit more fluidly, and you might get increased distance with the jump. I believe so, but I didn't measure it with the tape measure. It feels like I can jump a little bit farther. I think that's slightly farther than normal if you jump right at the ledge, which is at the point where you'd drop off. Here's a good example of it, like that. If you jump right there, so obviously you have to be more careful now with making sure you don't jump into the electric fence. And yeah, test this out for yourself. The speed tricks shouldn't be changed at all, except you might go faster. The only thing I've sort of noticed is it seems like a little bit more wobbly, the wall glide, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem. And I don't know if that's just me or what that is. But anyway, let me show you how this can positively affect performance in, not that what I've shown you is negatively affected, but let me show you a little more obvious way of how this changes performance in Meat Factory. Yeah, so as we all know, Meat Factory is a totally shit map for aliens. You should probably never choose this species if you're in Meat Factory. However, one of the cool things that this does is this allows you to not get so hung up on ledges. It allows you to more easily glide like that. So, not only can you jump across, let's say, this field charge unit, but you can now just fall gracefully down. And I was holding crouch there. Same thing here, I believe. I jumped there, but let's see. Yeah, you can do it like that. In this room, obviously, you can do the same thing like that. You don't even have to jump. So, this opens up a lot of possibilities, I think. Allows you to be a little bit more graceful. So it kind of has this beneficial effect. I obviously hasn't tested all maps, but yeah, yeah, test this out for yourself, and it shouldn't negatively affect performance. So let us know what you think, and hope you enjoy. Check out the latest version 0.8. The link will be in the description, and thanks for watching.